listening to The Burn. Gaming stuff, blazing fast.
Welcome to a new episode of The Burn, a podcast about gaming done blazing fast. I'm Aviv Manoach.
And I am Omer Kaplan. Hello.
And we are back with a new episode after a bit of I won't call it a break, but we had circumstances that prevented us from doing this podcast 2 weeks ago.
But we're fine. Yep. It's let's blame COVID. Like I think you can still blame COVID in 2020.
No, in Israel you can't blame COVID. COVID has no power over here.
Well, I'll pull my US card and we can blame COVID. Still, I think we have until like the end of the year to blame COVID. I don't know. Maybe 2022 you can.
Although today I saw an article that said that the infection rate in Israel has gone above 1 again. So we are maybe into a new outbreak, and people are really relying on the new children vaccination to hold that.
Yeah, we started vaccinating children earlier this week. So far, so good. We have people lining up. Everything seems okay. We are actually offering to do the flu and COVID vaccine together, which
I've been.
It's just interesting comment. I'm the most pro vaccines person you ever met, but my kids got the flu separately and the COVID separately. Because I don't know, it just seems weird. I don't know. I have no scientific explanation for that. But they're gonna get it.
There is some reasoning, because if you get side effects and your kid is now out of commission because he got the 2 vaccines.
Yeah, I mean, I won't give to my kids what I haven't gave to myself. So if I got the combo and I was like, maybe it's a reason, but yeah.
Oh, they actually did like 1 syringe? Oh.
No, I'm not sure. I think there's only like a handful of people that actually went for the combo.
Okay.
But yeah, we've done our flu shot 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, my healthcare provider has messaged me to remind me to do it, but I've been lazy. That's my excuse. I've been lazy. I need to go to the actual place.
Yeah, no, 2019, everybody in the house except me got the flu, and it was rough. And even though everybody got the vaccine, so we're starting getting it way ahead of the season. So now we're like extra diligent.
Randomly, not because of intention. It turns out that I do like every other year.
Fine.
So we're going to talk about a game where they took tobacco and turned the tobacco into a cure for cancer.
Which is nice. Yeah.
Yes, that's what they did in that game. But then there was a twist. It's also caused cancer.
Yes, and also the price of developing that cure was enslaving a whole country. But other than that, it seems
yes. So we are The Burn. We are a podcast about gaming. In each episode, we talk about the game we liked or disliked, or in the middle, like this one. And then some other topics on the news. This episode is going to be very Riot Game focused because a lot have happened over the last 2 weeks. And that's pretty much it. You can listen to all of the previous episodes of The Burn over at theburn.live website. And I'm also streaming on Twitch TV/Icel.me from time to time. Not a lot. So let's talk about the game of the show, Far Cry 6. You started playing it originally, then I got myself a Ubisoft Connect Plus subscription and started playing it again. Have you played previous Far Cry games?
I have played and finished any Far Cry game in existence.
Oh, okay.
I have a lot to say about this one, but yeah, this maybe I'm just like giving you some spoilers, not about the game though. I think this is gonna be my first Far Cry game that I'm gonna be really struggling to play through all the way.
Interesting. I played two. I played one, but one doesn't count because even though the series is called Far Cry, the original, if you don't know this, the background, the original Far Cry was developed by Crytek. But Ubisoft got the right, so Crytek went and made Crysis, obviously, and Ubisoft decided to turn the franchise into an open world chaos machine shooter game. Which, well, the original Far Cry is a lot closer to Crysis than it is to the rest of the Far Cry games. So I played two, liked it a bit. It was in a time where I didn't really like finished game or played them a lot or stuff. Not like today. And then I watched 3 and 4, and I tell you why, because those Far Cry games came out in the era of the Ubisoft open world games. Yes. And they had a whole slew of completely useless side activities that I hated. The same as with Assassin's Creed, which at the time I also didn't play because I didn't like that formula at all. And they obviously had towers that you needed to climb in order to open up the map and all sorts of things. Far Cry 5 actually made a joke about the towers. At the very beginning of the game, if you remember, they send you to a tower, but then the guy that sends you to the tower laughs at you that you thought that.
Oh
yeah. So they commented on it, and then Far Cry 6 completely throw out the concept of you need to discover the map. The map is completely open from the beginning. But there is a surprising amount of towers you need to climb for extra chests.
Yes. Yeah, it's like, to me it seems like they reached like I really enjoyed Far Cry 4, even though it had like a lot of like useless activities like the hunting and all this stuff.
4, in my opinion, is the best in the series just because of the story.
4 was so good, and the soundtrack and the atmosphere, I don't know, maybe it's something around like that environment that was really, really good.
And
also the spin-off game was good.
Yeah, no, Primal was the weakest spin-off.
No, but people don't like it. I enjoyed it just because it extended the hallucination concept from 4.
Oh, right, I agree. But the best spin-off is Blood Dragon, hands down.
That's what everybody said.
Yeah, but 4 also introduced to the storytelling element of Far Cry the concept of finishing the game without playing it for the first time.
Have you done it in 6, by the way?
What again?
Have you finished the game without playing it in 6?
No, I escaped the city, and while I'm escaping the city, I'm thinking to myself, I can probably do the thing and not escape and finish and like I imagine that's how you do the game.
No, I'll spoil it for you after. So
no, spoil now. I wanted to know what the secret ending is.
So basically, you escape the city. So so listeners, if you don't want spoilers to how you can beat the game without playing the game at Far Cry 6, skip forward like 30 seconds. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So basically, you have to escape the city, and then you get to the tutorial area of the game, like a small island, and they give you a ship. They give you a ship to the US and say, "Hey, here's your ship. If you want to join the rebels, fine. If not, there you go." So
that's a lot to play to get to the secret ending.
So I was like, you know what? Screw the rebels. I'm gonna go to the US, and then I just started sailing east because I looked at the map and I saw like the US is west. So I started sailing west. And you just end up in the US, and you're like on a beach, and you just say, "Hey, I don't
everyone
care."
dies.
And then you hear in the radio that everyone dies, but you're like, "Yeah, it's."
Okay, I want to focus on exactly that point, but before that, let's give some context. So, Far Cry 6 is taking place in not Cuba.
Yes, exactly.
It's called Yara. It's not Cuba. It's completely different. It just has a communist dictator. The U.S. has been putting a blockade on it for many decades and stuff. But then, unrelated to real life events, they find that they can make, as I said, a drug to cure cancer out of tobacco leaves. But apparently the process itself is very bad and causes cancer. But anyway, in a normal Far Cry fashion, there is a dictator, there is a rebellion, you join the rebellion, and you start causing chaos. Now, the point I want to focus here, and it's exactly where they give you that option that you say to take the boat and go to the US, because that's the highlight for this game, in my opinion, because in previous games, they gave you, the story was very heavy, okay, and as they progressed, 3 and 4 were like moderately serious. Then 5 went so much too serious.
5 was very like when I finished 5, I was very sad. Like I
Yes.
was very sad.
So 5 went into the very serious dark direction, and then the trailers for 6 looked like it's going to be even more of that, and I wasn't on board for that. But then I saw a bit of it on Twitch, and I realized they didn't go that way. So the thing is, that moment when they gave you the boat, the mentor character Juan tells you, by the way, have you played a man Danny or a woman Danny?
Man Danny, but I regretted it. But then I
Yes.
just kept doing it.
Okay, so yes,
I think woman Danny is the way to go.
a woman guy, yeah, it's obviously the way to go. So Juan tells Danny, you are not going to leave. You're going to stay here, and not because you're a patriot, not because you believe about the cause of freeing people or the rebellion or democracy. You're going to stay here because you like to cause chaos.
Yes.
And this is where Ubisoft tells the player, we realize that the first 4 games, I'm ignoring the first, as we said, 2 through 5, we realized that those games were chaos simulators, chaos generators. And we are leaning into it. We are going to give you weapons of mass distractions and all sorts of weird gadgets, and we are going to unleash you upon the world because the character itself is inflicted with so much bloodlust. You're going to kill thousands of people. And that's where, for me, they sold me the game, because for the first time, like, they didn't hide it. They didn't hide the fact that you are playing those games because you like to kill people and burn things. So that's where I was locked in.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot to say about this game. The thing is that I think the core game itself is like any other Far Cry game. If you played 4, 5, 6 is very much in that vein of you talk to a person, you do a mission, you unlock part of the map, you do more missions, then when all parts unlocked, you go get the boss, and there you find out what's going on. I think they just started to pile up on top of that core gameplay so much stuff that it's really now become like this huge, instead of like a core story that you can go through and like feel that you experience like the experience that they wanted you to have. Now there is like, I don't know, cockfighting and pirate.
Okay.
Like, send them to me. Like they started piling all these like different mechanisms on top of like the core gameplay. That was like, oh my god, there's like so much to do, and I just want to, I don't know.
That's how it looks like at the beginning of the game, but you get like 20 hours in and you realize you're going in the same loop all the time. And that where, and we talked about it in WhatsApp, that's where the game, like the magic was lost on me, because you're pretty much doing the same thing all the time. You go to a place, you kill the soldiers, you like capture it, and you go do the same thing again. Now, I will say the reason I said at the beginning that this game is somewhere between we love it and we hate it is because I keep playing it.
It's fun. Like it's genuinely fun.
Yeah, it's fun. It's compelling. The core gameplay is really nice. The music is awesome, especially when you drive around and you have like sorts of a Latin metal songs playing along. And then when you actually get to the story bits are good. There is good writing in the game. The characters are compelling. I keep shipping Danny with every woman rebel fighter she meets because it looks like everyone is flirting with her. The one thing I don't like about the writing of this game is how much animal cruelty there is in it. Not just the cockfighting. There is. Have you done the storyline of the crazy rooster that I don't remember the name of?
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
know what you're talking about, but I haven't done it.
So first of all, it's an amazing storyline, but one of the missions, like you go with this crazy rooster that kills everyone, and you go into the army, the military dog kennel place, and you need to kill like 30 dogs. And that for me was like, no, I don't want to do it. Please let it stop. And then there is another quest where you go to like an underground chicken steroid experiment labs, and you need to kill like 50 chickens. And that also like the amount of like, and it's sort of an absurd because you kill so many people in this game, so many people. But like animal cruelty is where I draw the line.
Yeah, I think it started like emerging in 4 when you started like hunting and skinning animals. It was really like, graphic.
Yeah, but the thing is, they removed this. They removed this from the game. So why all the animal cruelty things?
Yeah, so I feel you. What do you feel about? So one of the things I think we should mention about this game, like from a mechanics perspective, they added this backpack that you carry on your back that gives like an ultimate ability, which is very explosive and cool. How do you feel about the whole like makeshift weapons line? Because like usually, Far Cry weapons, you find the weapons you like, you upgrade them, and then you just go. But the whole makeshift culture is really interesting. Like that's unique to this game.
Yeah, it's unique. It's an interesting concept. It's borderline on the absurd again.
Yeah,
my problem with it is that at the early stages of the game, you have to stay with the rocket pack because you don't have any other heavy weapon, and you needed to take down tanks and helicopters. I'm only after like 30 hours in the game, I got the good rocket launcher, and then I could take helicopters by myself and stuff like that, and I could, although they give like EMP grenades and mines and stuff that could help with that as well. I like the gadget system itself. I like the variety.
That's fine.
I got like an auto turret now and C4 claymores and all sorts of things. They're nice. The backpack itself, I'm not a fan of. The makeshift weapons are cool. Like there is a nail gun you can use.
The CD, right? Like the CD gun.
Yes, the disc launcher. It's amazing.
Yeah. So just for our listeners, okay, here's the deal. And if you have like any reason to just check out this game, it's because of the CD launcher. So you get a CD player that plays Macarena when you aim, and then once you fire, you just fire like high velocity spinning CDs, basically.
Yes, it turns into a shrapnel weapon, and it kills every soft target in one hit. It's amazing.
Yeah, and you get to hear Macarena over and over again.
And from that point, I like the fact that on one hand there is a leveling system in the game, but on the other hand, you're basically rock paper scissoring the enemies. So I keep a soft target gun, a armor piercing gun, a heavy gun, and I like it. I like the fact that like I can headshot someone higher level than me. It's not like a hard limit on what you can do with it. It still keeps to quote unquote realistic shooting mechanics.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't think I don't think you can choose the difficulty settings, or
Yes, of course. There are two.
Did I?
there is basically two difficulty settings, like normal and story, but then there is a breakdown. This, by the way, this game, as well as Breakpoint, the new Assassin's Creed, they do an amazing job in accessibility options and all sorts of tweaking. You talked about Breakpoint the last time, how you can tweak all of the settings.
I was amazed by Breakpoint granularity on difficulty.
So here is not as obvious, but you can determine how much damage enemies do if you. I keep highlights on enemies and items, which you can turn off. It's an accessibility option, but it's also a difficulty option because if you have enemies with yellow highlights, it's easier to see them. So stuff like that. And yeah, I think I died from enemy fire only once. Most of my deaths are from gravity.
Yes. Yeah. Or that. Yeah. I mean, I play a lot of melee, so if I get too ambitious getting in there, then I die sometimes.
Oh, and speaking of melee, I love the fact, and again we talked about it. They also leaned a bit into the Assassin's Creed style. Yeah. You actually have stealth and visibility and the ability to assassinate people, and you get you can scan places if with your phone, like you do with the birds in the newest Assassin's Creed. So you can plan out an entire infiltration route and stuff like that. Now, Omer, as you know, obviously, what I do is I find a high place and just snipe everybody because that's how I play.
Yeah, you're probably good at the game. Like what I do, I just sneak around, kill whoever I can kill, and then at some point I was like, okay, time to get in there, and then I just charge in there and sound the alarm. Everybody's going crazy.
Yeah. You know how many optional objectives I missed in military bases because I kill everyone without entering the base. So and when you kill the last person, the base is captured, even if you didn't trigger the objective.
Yeah, but if they don't trigger the alarm, you get extra bonuses. And stuff.
If they don't trigger the alarm, if they don't see you, and then if you get the bonus objective.
Yeah, so I mean, all in all, the game itself, it's fun. The gameplay loop is nice. I mean, I really don't like that it turned from a core experience. I can go beginning to end 20 something hours and have a great time to this really robust big open world that I feel that I'm missing out on activities. There's so much stuff to do. So you can sink 100 hours into this game.
I don't think you need another 100 hours to finish it. I'm 30 something hours in and 50% in it, so it's around 60 70 hours maybe. Again, my point is it's only an illusion of having a lot of things to do. In reality, it's all pretty much the same. The side quests are unique and good. So if our final recommendation before we go into news, my final recommendation at least, go into the game and do what I did originally with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Just do the quests. Just do operations, ignore everything else, and you'll probably get a lot of fun out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I just feel a little bit overloaded right now from this game, so I took a little break, but I guess I'll come back. I mean, the good thing about this game is that you can go back to it and you can keep playing from the same spot, and you can still get into the story still, so it's fine.
One of the weaknesses of the game is there is no save system. It's auto saves, and a lot of the time it auto saves it in not good places, or it misses things you did. I got a couple of times where the game overridden some of the things I did because of bad save spots. So, but it's a small issue.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a good game. I'm kind of conflicted. I'll get back to it. I'll probably finish it at some point.
It's not amazing.
It didn't just have the effect of 4 and 5. I was oh my god, I gotta play this game all the way through. It's but
It's not amazing game of the year material 10 of the 10. It's like a solid 8, very polished.
Which is still great, but yeah.
Yeah, good experience. So let's talk news in the few minutes we have. And our news is basically Riot Games are amazing. They are doing everything right now.
I have never seen so much from. Maybe I don't live in this world long enough, but I haven't seen that many much promotion. Sorry, to this like something as I saw to Arcane. Like they took over cafes in Korea, projected it on the hotels in Dubai. You could not get away from the fact that something is happening.
Yeah, they took over the front page of Twitch and stuff. Yesterday I finished both first acts, Act 1 and Act 2 of Arcane. They released it over 3 weeks, 3 episodes at a time. The final episodes, as of this recording, is coming out tomorrow, not yesterday. So by the time you're hearing it, it's already out. It's very, very good. I'm calling it a masterpiece, really. Even if you don't know anything about the League of Legends world, which I didn't, it's so good. And then I go back and I look at my League launcher and I look at the characters and it's Vi and it's Caitlyn and it's so good.
Yeah, that's what's cool about it. They went all out with promotions, but the core product is super, super good.
Yeah, even if you never heard about League of Legends ever, it's still a very good show. You can go into it and I will compare it to Dota 2 Blood of the Dragon. It's a good show, but like if you don't recognize the characters. And I only recognize the characters because of the Warcraft classes, so I knew what was the Priestess of the Moon and stuff. I think Blood of the Dragon lose a lot of its effect if you don't recognize the characters. While Arcane, you don't need to know anything, and it's an amazing show. Now they did, I think, a very good strategy of. While Arcane is running on Netflix, they are releasing all of their side projects at once. So
might as well. Why they have all the spotlight?
Exactly. So Ruined King, the new RPG game by Airship Syndicate, the guys behind Battle Chasers Night War, which we covered before, dropped earlier this week. I got it. I played it on the PlayStation. We will do an episode on it. New Teamfight Tactics mod, new Legend of Runeterra set dropped. Hextech Mayhem, which is either a mobile game or a Switch game. I haven't really seen what that was. They're actually promoting a few things with Nintendo of all companies, like. A few years ago, would you imagine Riot Games partnering with Nintendo? You know what I like about all of this? Like, while all of this is going on with Riot, in like their tiny corner in the West, Activision Blizzard keep getting slammed.
I read about Xbox reviewing the relationship now with Activision, and it's just getting like bad, and employees signing petitions against the CEO.
And I'm making that comparison because in my mind, and I in the last 2 days, I listened and watched to so many Riot productions, like all of their songs and clips from Worlds and stuff. In my mind, Riot is now feeling the same space that Blizzard felt like 5 years ago with amazing projections and cinematics and multiverse media sort of thing. And now Riot are the studio for multiverse media. They are doing television and music and multiple games on multiple platforms and stuff. And yes, I will not sugarcoat it. Riot has a history of bad relations with their employees and sexual harassment, like all of the big gaming companies, and it's shit. But Blizzard are now on a league of their own in terms of shit.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know. I think Blizzard, and I'm sure they had their like internal meetings, and I mean, something led to a Warcraft movie. But imagine in another timeline,
Which was not bad.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but imagine it took a while to get produced too. So imagine, Blizzard really doubling down on that the whole universe, and they had all the building blocks for that. But then, like the Warcraft 3 and the mods, here came League of Legends that was based on a mods for Warcraft.
That's a good point. That's another like nail because League of Legends came out of the mods for Warcraft 3.
And League of Legends historically didn't have any lore. I mean, it's really like being retconned and changed, and like they're building the airplane as they go.
Yeah, but not like it's not new for now. They have been doing it for several years.
I like seeing them branching beyond the core League of Legends game, even though I enjoy it very much. It's nice to see like all the characters that in like different contexts.
Yeah.
So
and
they even have. So I didn't watch. So Ruin King is out. There's another something that's called like something Mayhem.
Yeah, Hextech Mayhem. That's what I said. It's either a mobile game or Switch game.
Looks like a platformer-ish kind of thing.
According to the Rock Paper Shotgun article, it's a runner sort of game. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. So, but it features the more like comical sides of that. So it's there's a gameplay video on YouTube.
Yes,
so
there is.
Yes. Oh yeah. It looks like a runner, and it looks like very mayhem-ish. I can hardly tell what's going on.
Yeah.
But cool.
Yeah,
and there's a whole bunch of people working on an MMO, so I wonder how that's gonna work.
Yeah, they have a couple other games in the works. And I told you that on WhatsApp. I'm not a big League fan, player. I play ARAM from time to time. I'm not familiar too much with the characters. And the other games they are making make me want to like be part of that world and universe a lot more than League, because like if I want to get into League now, I keep having flashbacks to 60-minute games and shops and kill preventions and all sorts of the things I don't like about MOBAs, and the reason we both played Heroes instead.
Yeah, so I mean, League definitely changed. Like the average game time in League is like 27 minutes.
Oh, if it's that, I will go back to it.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. So there's actually like statistics on that. So I can tell you that the average game time, including excluding surrenders, so you can surrender at 15 or 20, not including surrenders, average game time is, let's say, 31 minutes.
Okay, I may try that. I may try.
Not too bad. So, but the thing, I mean, and the higher you go in the ladder, the shorter game times are, because people know how to close. The thing is with League is that if you're not a MOBA player, or League is okay. Here's the take on League. League is a lifestyle game. So, I mean, it's something that you have to like invest a certain amount of time on, because like there's a learning curve to really enjoy the characters you play and learn the different mechanics of the game. So you have to like invest time in League, as opposed to in Ruin King or Hextech Mayhem or Legend of Runeterra to some extent. You can just go into the universe, look at the characters, and have a great experience. So that's like the only kind of like caveat. So if you want to invest some time in learning mechanics of a MOBA, League is fine. But
yeah,
other than that, there's like other ways. I'm glad there's like other ways to experience that universe.
Yeah, exactly. And on that note, we will be done. That's all we have on the show today. And thank you all for listening. You can find us on Twitter. I'm at Icel. Omer is at Omer Kaplan. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, comment, and leave your reviews on your preferred listening app. You can find all of them on theburn.live. And our opening theme was created by Ann Dorko with vocals by Fishy Twitch, both on Twitter as well. We will see you on the next episode, hopefully without any more delays.
Yep, we'll make it happen.
Yes, make it so.
Yes.
Thank you, and goodbye.
All right, see you soon.